Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's its next move? Let's find out in the chart, shall we? Wow, Bitcoin has broken out and now it's headed up to this magic target number up way up here. We're going to talk about that and more in today's episode and how to trade it, how I've been trading it, and how you can trade this, right? And if you want to trade this, make sure you check it out, Bybit, right? By heading over to bybit.davincej15.com right now to show you could trade this amazing epic breakout of Bitcoin and try to earn a little bit of money. But remember, right? This is not financial advice; it's just entertainment. So you need to be careful out there, right? Because it's very dangerous to play in the market, right? My name is Davinci Jeremy, and I'm here joined with Inti Campos.
Good morning, people. How are you today? Davinci, you stole my line. I'm the one that says this is not financial advice.
That's true. But you can remind them again. You can remind them in a few minutes, man. Wow, it's crazy. But Bitcoin is up, off and popping. Same with Ethereum, right? We're looking at that. In today's episode, we're gonna also be talking about, all the facts that people love to hate about Bitcoin. Facts like, it's too slow. It uses up too much energy. Right, and so much more, right? We're gonna be talking about all those facts and we're going to be dispelling those facts and providing some clear understanding of Bitcoin so that you can buy with tranquility and ease and peace of mind. All right, with that said, Inti, right, Inti is here, right, because he's going to be looking in the chat room for questions, right? And if there's questions that you have that you want answered, right, you can leave them in the comments in the chat group, and he'll pick them up, and we're gonna be answering them at the end of the show. And you won't be here. That's right, because you know what? You need to be watching this live, right? Because you're not watching this live. If you're not watching this live, you're not part of the show. And how to do that? Well, you just purchase the Pandora's wallet subscription. We get 50% off. Also, you can also purchase the DJ15 token, which is only like what, $5, right? We're gonna look at the price of that actually, because it's been a while since we take a look at the price of that. And also, if you don't have any money, you're really broke, you can always watch it on Twitch for free, right? Right, Inti?
Yes, sir.
All right. With that said, Inti, you got a few words to explain to people.
Yes. As always, people, it's worth to remind you that this video is for entertainment purposes only, and this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any of your hard-earned money on the market. So, Davinci, let's make these people believe in Bitcoin.
Yes. I'm going to make you a believer. I'm going to make you believe. Hallelujah. All right. I think everybody here is a believer, honestly.
Yeah, of course. They wouldn't be here otherwise.
Exactly. All right. So let me just undo all this and bring up all the original charts here. And as you can see, wow, look at that breakout. Look at that box. It actually, look, the candle body actually ended up right at that box there, and just like out we went. Really hard trade, right? I did a 5-minute trade yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember that, but if you didn't, right? The 5-minute trade was down here at way down here. I was like, this was the target. It hit its target, and I decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to keep my stop to break even. I'm gonna keep my stop at break even, right? After it hit the target, and I kept it, and look at that. Look at that, payday. All right, so that was sweet. Now you're like, I want some. I know that's what you're thinking. I know. So how far can this go? Well, we know that we've broken out, right? And if we go back to the 4-hour, right, you can see there's lots of Wing patterns, right, that we can use to give us targets and so forth, right? We can see that this target is well over here. And let me just, I have to move my screen because I can't seem to see the numbers and so forth. There we go. I'm gonna move Inti out of the way because he's actually in my screen. There we go. And now I can see the numbers. Okay. So right up here at 62,000 is the target, right? So let's be a little conservative, right? Because you know what, I'm a little concerned, right? And the reason why I'm concerned is that if we go to a daily chart, let me just bring up a daily chart on here. Let's see here. I'm going to get out of here. Go to daily. There we go. And we're going to bring the daily, make the daily maxed out. And then we're going to go auto. Yeah, there we go. You can see, well, you know what? We've created, ooh, that's sweet. That's a nice little W on the daily too. But generally, right, I like to see, right, the daily, like when it comes down like this, I like to see it come up here, like hit the resistance, come back down, and then go back up again. So I like to see something like this. So now I'd like to see it, of course, right? That'd be nice, right? But the market will do whatever it wants to do, right? So I'm gonna think. I really think that this might not break through this level here. So I want to be a little conservative on my trade here, and I want to like take profits well before it gets up to here to the $60,000. I might be wrong, right? But I'm gonna be conservative about it, right? So it's up to you how you want to trade this, and so I'm thinking I'm going to start like taking profits. I'm going to take a little bit off the table, at least at the 88.6, right? Right up here, so that, you know what, no matter what happens, right, I'm walking away as a winner, right? So at the 88.6, which is at 56,000 approximately, I'll start, you know, taking a little bit off the table so that I can like walk away with, hey, you know what, even if it comes back down to my my stop loss entry, right? I'm in profit, so that's all that matters, right? I could always also another thing, I could always move my stop loss as well to this breakout level, but I think we might actually touch it again, and especially since there's a nice trend line here to come back to, I'm a little concerned about that. So I'm gonna reserve some judgment, and I'm gonna just be conservative in the trade. I'm not gonna call this. Yeah, this looks like the logical target. Looks like a logical target, but I'm gonna be conservative about it. All right, another thing you could look at, right? Which you can see there is a head and shoulders pattern, right? And let me just clear this trade now out. Okay, let me just go down to the lower time frames then, and get rid of it. There we go. Let's see if we can get rid of it. There we go. No. Weird how I can't seem to get rid of it. Oh, it's because I'm using the okay, that's why. Because I got the pen on there. Okay, there we go. Now we got it. All right, there we go. Okay, now going back to the 4 hour, you can see there is a kind of a head and shoulders pattern here. Not the greatest ones, right? But you can see it here, right? Right here, right? An inverted head and shoulders right here, right? And so let's see here, right about, yeah, okay, let me just do it again right here. So I'm gonna put the line for the neckline. I'm gonna draw the neckline so that we could all see this a little bit more clear. Actually, it's right here. Right there, approximately. What do you think? What do you think, NT?
I wouldn't count it.
I know, exactly. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's way too ugly.
Right, and then if we go down to the smaller one, then maybe this one right here, right, right down here, there's another one right there. You see on the side, it's like right here.
Yeah, no, it doesn't count. That one doesn't count because the shoulder is higher than the head.
Yeah, it could.
I mean lower.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't like that one either, right? But what we could do is go with this. We're going with this W, right? Because this one's like nice and clean, right? this whole W here, and there's like all kinds of little W's. I love this. These W's, man, they just kept giving you love all the way up, right? As you can see, all the way up, and even at the lower time frames, you got all kinds of W's to bring you into this trade. So if you want to get into this trade right now, right, you have to start looking for more. What are we looking for on the lower time frames, NT?
Market structure, M's and W's.
Exactly, we're looking for W's here. I would stay with the trend, because the trend's your friend to the end, right? And maybe we create another W right here where it comes back down, and then it doesn't quite break this level, and which is the $53,000 level, and then we continue off to the races. And then that's how you would trade this. Of course, you're gonna have to sit around in front of your computer screen for a while, right, to see it play out, right? But that's trader's life. Get into Ethereum. Ethereum has done the same thing. We're headed straight up to 20,000. I think this $20 price point is an easy objective. In fact, I think it's going to probably go a little bit higher and then come back down, because Ethereum loves to do that. Gets everybody all excited. Hurrah! Yeah, we're gonna go. And then, punishes them, like teaches them a lesson. No, dog. Right? And then goes, right? So wouldn't be surprised there at all, because we've seen that time and time again on Ethereum. Again, right, if we go down to its lower time frames, right, we can see if there's any kind of structures, but you got to be careful on Ethereum. Ethereum loves to mess with the kids, so be careful with Ethereum when it comes to looking for the market structure, because it's a lower volume market, so it's easier to manipulate, it's easier to push around on the lower time frames, and that's what they do.
It's kind of smiling at you, don't you think?
Exactly. This is starting to look bad. Let's look negative on Ethereum. So, right, we can see, right, there might be an M here coming up very soon, then a W. So be careful of that. Right, there's a clear M here, right? It was not crystal clear. I mean, because it was this point was a little bit higher than this one, right, through the with the wicks, but then it dumped, and then it just went and pumped again, right? But then there you could see the W right here, right, worked out perfectly, right, got you straight to your target, and then it retested you, right? So if you had the stop to break even, you probably were you probably felt a little bit of pain, right, and probably got stopped out if you did not take your profits, or if you held your stop loss, you probably and held it up, you probably would have done extremely well, right? And I still have my trade on Ethereum. Alrighty. With that said, remember, right? You can join our live group by joining Pandora's wallet, right? We have this great group of people over here on my chat room, right? And it's ever growing. We've got like several chat rooms. We have the Pandora's wallet chat group, and also the DJ15 token holders chat group. We had a problem with our bot. I'm not 100% sure if he's back up and running. I need to talk to the staff and figure out what's going on with that. But if the bot's running, then you should be able to get in, no problem. All right, let me just quickly flash my portfolio. If you want to see more about my portfolio and what coins I'm buying, because remember, we're on the cusp of the greatest altcoin season we have ever seen. You want to be a part of that. So come on down, join us at Pandora's Wallet, and check out my whole portfolio, see what I've got, and how to do the little lady strategy. If you want to learn how to do the little lady strategy, you just head over to DaVinciCodes.net, right? And then click on view videos right here. There you go. Right, you give us your email, and then you'll have access to it just for free. And those videos are absolutely free. They're life-changing, and everybody loves them. All right, so let me just I didn't look at the latest of emails from David. So let's see what he's got for us. So yeah, look at that. We got some more love from everybody. Oh wow, somebody's getting like, I started early this year, Davinci, a little old lady strategy so far. I sold the Ocean, Anchor, ADA, Vibe, and ADX double. I ended up with a bit too much of some of the some coins because I already had some alts. Awesome. Look at that. Congratulations on your doubles, man. Perfect. Great job. A lot of hard work went into that. Appreciate you doing the work so that you can make money, so you could be wealthy, right? And yeah, if you guys want to do that, right? It's you know what? Nothing comes for free, right? I can tell you, nothing comes for free, right? You have to work. You have to be diligent. You have to do work in order to make money. I know, seems easy here in this crypto user universe, right? Millionaires are made in like a month or two, right? Or even a year, right? And that's like incredible. But it's all with hard work, right? It's not easy. All right. With that said, let's head over to today's story. But before we do, actually, you know what? Oh my God, Peter Schiff. My God, Peter, please, like, let it go. Let it go. just let it go. Right? Bitcoin is going to the moon. What's up, NT?
What do you mean, let it go? This guy is a buy indicator. Let him keep going.
I know. You could pretty much hit the buy button, right, on your on Bybit right now, and just do a 3% loss. Take a 3% loss. You're gonna and a double, like a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, and that's good enough. Based on his tweet. That's it.
Every time he tweets, you just put like 1%, like buy, and that's it. 2-to-1, easy.
Just, or just buy for the long run, right? I mean, it's an easy. It's a win point every single time he speaks. It's ridiculous and sad. All right. So, anyways. I'm glad that Chris got his channel back, but I haven't gotten my Instagram back. So if you can help me out by making sure that you like, right, my tweet here down here, that would be great, because I would really like to get my Instagram back. Right, I'm not as lucky as Chris with his Twitter page, so. I'm hoping to get it back. Let me just, you know what? I haven't checked, so let me just see. Instagram. Yeah. Yes. No. Maybe so. No. I'm SOL. Okay. Well, one of the things that will keep coming up and be pointing out as a flaw in Bitcoin, or oh my God, people could spend Bitcoins more than one time. And there's more, and that's going to collapse the price. You're going to see this. You're going to see a huge newspaper article in the future, right? Maybe this year, maybe next year, maybe in the next cycle. It's going to come, right? And it's going to be talking about how somebody double spent, right? And whether the double spend occurred through a regular replace by fee, meaning that, hey, you know what, oh, it's not in the block yet, I'm going to replace that fee. Or what happens is, which is going to happen once every, 35 years, right? There's going to be 2 blocks, right, where the person did a replace by fee. Those 2 blocks get dropped, and his replace by fee causes the other transaction, the one that was in the block, to be removed, and the one that he replaced it gets placed in the next block. That will get people freaked out, but it's part of the software, right? You want to like watch out for like at least depending on the value of the item, right? You want to have at least 3 confirmations, right? If it's like, if it's just coffee, 1 confirmation, right? Who cares if the replaced by fee happened which happens once a year, right? Where you might have a block where the person get confirmed in one block and then he gets it back on another block because it got orphaned, that previous block that had his amount was replaced by another block that had a different amount. Happens. It's going to happen every once in a while, and they're going to trot this out like some major flaw, and you need to ignore all that noise because it's not. It's part of the protocol. All right. Another thing, right, that people want to point out, right, about Bitcoin is the fact that it's too slow. It's just I can't handle it. It's too slow, right? It's like, all right. So but the thing is, right, you need to read this article. Links are in the description below. All the links for every article that I've talked about, that I point out in this article, in this video, is in the description below, right? And I'm going to read some of this part here for you. What's up, Inti?
I was going to say, is Bitcoin too slow? Try to get your own money out of a bank.
I know. I did that when I accidentally deposited 200 million pesos.
That was good. That was 200 million pesos.
They would not get me. They would not let me have it, and they kept hitting me over the head because it was. I showed them it was an accident. It was like, where'd you get the money from? 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 Right? And they wouldn't. It took me about a week before I could actually access the money. Is that the kind of level of banking you want? Is that fast banking for you? Because it ain't fast for me. Right? So anyways, Bitcoin monetary protocol is built on a digital scarcity, the impact of which will be far broader than steam engines and the computer processor. That is so key. This is bigger, right? That steam engines allowed us to travel across America, travel across different continents and so forth a lot faster. That was huge. Computers is also huge because it allowed us to do calculations a lot faster and do complex math a lot faster than we could before. And and also have all these cool gadgets, right? Like cell phones and computers and like play video games and so forth. And that's great and all, and also improve the productivity of our work in our businesses. That's all great. But that's tiny, minuscule compared to what Bitcoin does for money. Why? Because money is 50% of every single transaction. Not everybody needs a computer. Not everybody needs a steam engine. But everybody. And I mean almost everybody. Because you could say, well, the Pekingese inside of Brazil, right, who are living inside of huts, they don't need money. Yeah, that's true. But if you want to join the rest of the economy, right, and there's a lot more people, there's 90% of the population that are in the rest of our economy, they need money. So that's a huge product, right? That's 50% of everything that you do when you transact. Implications are huge. Now imagine owning a product that every single person on this planet could use. Do you think that might be valuable? I think so too. Yes, that's right. It is valuable. Okay, there's a new meme floating around on the internet. Whatever the problem, Bitcoin fixes this. Negative yield debt, Bitcoin fixes this. Wealth inequity, Bitcoin fixes this. Endless global war, Bitcoin fixes this. Financial crisis, Bitcoin fixes this. Rage culture, Bitcoin fixes this. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I know all of these things, all these things are like, how? You're like, how? That's just not possible. Like rage culture? Like, how? Like, these people are just crazy. Yeah, but they get this rage culture coming from the media, and the media is controlled by people who get free printed money to create the rage culture. And why would some evil person do that? You would never want to do something like that. Well, it's because our whole system is built on unfair advantages, and they have the unfair advantage, and they want to keep that unfair advantage. So what do? They make sure that they split you up. They make sure that you stay confused, right? So that they can continue to extract wealth from you, so that you don't see, hey, this rage culture is nonsense, right? The best way to keep the people down, right, is to make sure that they're divided, make sure they're split. And Bitcoin fixes that, because once we take away the wealth from all those people and we get towards the middle class and the poor, right? That disseminates, because most of us, 90% of us, are not psychopaths. There's about 10% of the human population that's psychopaths, and they gravitate to this knowledge of, hey, oh look, it's unfair, but who cares? You know what? A psychopath only cares about himself, right? He doesn't care about his fellow man, and yeah, they're not all 100% bad, crazy people trying to kill you, but they just don't have any feelings towards you, right? That's it. And most of these psychopaths do follow the rules, right? Most of them do. But if the rules are, hey, I get to cheat you, hey, that's the rule. Them's the rules. Them's the rules. So, yeah, this is why Bitcoin fixes a lot of things, a lot. And I can't wait until we get to the point where we have Bitcoin as our money. But anyways, we haven't got to the point where it was too slow. So yeah, within 10 minutes, the average block intervals 6 blocks per hour, 24 per day, 365 per day, 365 per year, and that equates to a network capacity about 150 million transactions per year, which is equivalent to approximate 4.6 transactions per second. Visa, on the other hand, processes 124 billion transactions per year at a rate of 4,000 transactions per second. And it's got a link to explaining that. Now you're like, yeah, we suck. Bitcoin sucks. Because when you go to the white paper, it says a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, right? Cash, as we understand it, is that here's the cash, and here's the good. Thank you for the goods, and that's that. That's how you understand money, in that basic sense. The majority of us, right? That's how we understand money, right? And for the most part, yes, that's exactly how it is, right? However, right? Think about a large corporation, right? They have to do the same thing. Here's the cash. Thank you for the goods, right? They do have to do that. But they have to do that on a large scale, massive scale. They have to buy things on large scales. They have to buy large goods and so forth on a large scale. And they have to go through that, the banking system that says, what are you doing over there? I don't know if I want you to do that, to move that money over there to buy that thing, right? They have to deal with all of that, right? And when they have to save their money, guess what they're saving it? They're not saving it in dollars. No, they're saving it in U.S. bonds, which makes it even worse, right? Because the government could actually, hey, well, those are our bonds. and we can decide what you're going to do with it, right? So the thing is, right, Bitcoin is more than just a payment system for going to the store and buying stuff, right? It's more of a payment system more of the core base system, which it is still a payment system for larger groups of people, and then we can build on top of that, right? Another faster payment system, which the Lightning Network is. Ultimately, Bitcoin is not competing with Visa for supremacy in the global markets, global payments. Instead, Bitcoin is competing with the dollar, euro, and gold as money. And the comparison of Visa is the transaction volume or transaction speed is fundamentally flawed. I want to say no, this is wrong. Replace euro, yen, and dollar with bonds, but with adding the word bonds. You're the dollar, yen, and euro bonds. That's what it's competing with, bonds, right? Being able to move large sums of money and settle it, right, instantly. So imagine being able to go, okay, I want to buy that corporation, right, and I got a bunch of cash here, and the government says, no, you can't do that, you can't, or you want to buy a bunch of silver from a mining company, and the government's like, a bank says, you know what, we're not going to let you transfer that money because we need it for something, and no, that's all gone. Now that corporation could quickly make that transaction, and the government would be like, okay, whatever. We'd be like, what? Government who? Right? So those transactions can occur without anyone trying to block them. This opens up huge possibilities for corporations. And so, and for the rest of us, don't worry. The majority of developers are here in Bitcoin, not in any other cryptocurrency. Yes, a lot of them do have support the features of Bitcoin, but we have a lot of developers and mind share in the Bitcoin space building it out. Okay, I know I've gone on a little bit, so I'm going to have to speed this up, right? The next issue, right, of course, which I find really dumb, the argument that Bitcoin harms the environment through wasteful emissions misses the mark so much. Okay, I'm going to make it simple. Someone could argue, I could argue the fact that you living in your house using any kind of electricity, any amounts of electricity is wasteful, and you should not be doing that. I could argue that, right? Because you don't care where the electricity came from. But the miner does. He wants to get it as cheap as possible, and so do you. So in fact, you're both you and the miner have the same goals. You want the cheapest part electricity. In fact, you want it actually free, don't you? Don't you want free energy, NT? Don't you want?
Of course I do.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? So you're going to be looking for it, but who's going to be looking for it more harder than either a miner or you? Who's going to be looking for free energy? You or a miner?
I'm pretty sure a miner would care way more than me. Because I would use the energy to either cook my food, to use my computer, or to use a PlayStation. But the guy is trying to make some money, so he's going to look for ways to be more efficient with the energy.
Enough said. Right. There we go. All right. So again, this catastrophic nonsense, right? Anybody who has something to say against that, right? You point that out. You point out, hey, you know what? What are you doing to find cheaper energy? Well, what have you done lately? Oh, you haven't done anything. Oh, did you know the miners went geothermal, right? Meaning that they're just using the energy from the Earth's crust, right? For free, right? Renewable energies. They're doing renewable energies and sharing that renewable energies with the rest of us. I see. Seems like you're wasting electricity. You're a waste of electricity, not the miners. All right, the final point, right? I would like to point out that which everyone. I mean, this is going to exist, and be the detriment of future generations, right? Deflationary economics of Bitcoin, right? Because here's the one true statement that you cannot deny. No economist can deny, whether they're for or against Bitcoin. Is the reality is that we don't have any history of deflationary currency systems base our theory on. So whatever theory that we could come up with on what's going to happen with Bitcoin in the future, we have no historical precedent, right? The only other examples are, of course, are local economies where the gold actually, because they were running on a gold standard, and the gold just moved away from that local area, and there wasn't enough gold in that area, and because gold and silver, both of those monetary instruments, can only be divisible to a certain point, the lack of money was very, very detrimental. However, one of the key features of Bitcoin is that it's a digital asset, which means it can be divisible to infinity. And yeah, some might say, oh, wait a second here, right? Bitcoin, the software, is only divisible by 8 decimal places, and Lightning continues to divide the satoshis by another 1,000 parts. One satoshi divides it into 1,000 parts. But what if they need even more, right? Software doesn't exist, won't exist by then. Yes, but we don't develop software for a problem that doesn't exist yet, right? When Inti put it best when I pointed this out. What did you say?
I said that this kind of advancement does not happen in anticipation, but in the face of necessity. So
exactly.
Basically, we don't have the software yet because we don't need it. But if we have to run a whole economy based on only one single Bitcoin, immediately we are going to develop that software in order to divide Bitcoin into the infinity, in order to fulfill that purpose.
There you go, right? It's real simple, people. All right. Well, thank you for watching. I know I blathered on a long time, right? It's been like, oh man, 38 minutes or something like that. Wow, crazy. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Remember, Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay. You need to be a part of it. And don't forget to watch the video that's popping up at the end of the screen, right? It's a really excellent video. You need to check it out. So make sure you do. Cheers.
And like and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.